What's up, everybody? It's been a little bit since I've done any streaming, so I was preparing for a. Sorry about that. Microphone problems. Yeah, it's been a little bit since I've done some streaming. I had a regional yesterday, so I was taking a break from the stream to prepare for that a bit. Um, but that's over, so I can relax a little bit, do a little streaming. Today we got Ryan Janway from North Carolina versus Tuca. I'm not exactly sure who that is. um, Ryan is running the list that I took to regionals yesterday. So that's Han Rangers, Hera, 2 Smugglers, R2, Gideon, C3PO, and Rebel High Command. Um, I built this list basically to counter all the Vaders I was going to see because I was running Luke, but Vader kind of, if he gets close to Luke and he has parting blow and stuff, he can easily just kill Luke in 2 attacks. So I decided to drop Luke and take the Rangers just because of what I expected to see at this regional. Um, it ended up working out pretty good for me. I won. And the field was pretty much as I expected. There was a lot of Vader lists. Lucas Davidson was there, who he's won 3 regionals this season already, and I really wanted to play against him, but I didn't get the chance. He lost to James Hedgebeth in the first round. James is the he lost in the semifinals at Worlds last year, so he was in the top 4 at Worlds. So a very good player. So I ended up getting to the finals against James, who was running the same. He was running a Vader Unshakable list with 2 Jets and a set of Riots. So it was a favorable matchup for me, I'd say. Han Rangers, I think, counters Vader pretty well on 4 out of the 6 maps. It's not so great on the new ownership on Jabba's Palace. That's probably the worst matchup. And then the Jawa map, where you just hold objectives, I would say that's your second worst matchup against Vader. Just because Vader's so good at sitting on those objectives and controlling the board, it forces you to play really conservatively, and you're not able to get out and contest those objectives. So let's talk about this matchup right here. This is probably Han Ranger's best map, Reigning Freight, just because they have free reign to shoot down the whole map, and Ryan got the good side of the map too, so there's not really any place you can hide at the top. The Jets are okay on this mission for picking up crates, but honestly, it's so hard to approach the bottom side of the map without getting half your army picked off. Tuca actually took first blood, taking out a regular smuggler, and he also scored 2 points from picking up a crate, so he does have an early lead. He might use Vader as a force choker instead of a brawler. And we're getting a roll here. I'm not sure why only a blue dice got rolled. Ryan is playing a card called Hit and Run. So that actually is enough range. He's going to surge for accuracy. I'm not sure who he tempted. That's only 2 damage, but a tempt will finish him off. Alright, Tuka's list. Let's take a look. He's running Vader, Palpatine, two jets, and 2 officers. I think a lot of players have moved past Vader, Palp. Just because the other set of riots, Vader is really good at getting those riots in position to do good things. Like, they can just move up beside him, and that's just so much stuff for your enemy to have to deal with. Whereas Palpatine, you have to play a lot more conservatively with him. If Palpatine gets picked off, your list is so much worse. So yeah, I think Riots and Unshakable or Riots and Rule by Fear is way better than Palpatine with Vader. Now, that's not to say that Palpatine's a bad figure. I just don't think him and Vader work well together. I think Palpatine is fine with the ATDP or other random stuff. Like, you can run Palp with 2 jets and 2 riots. I think all of that is fine. But Vader Palp is kind of weird. Just because it's like 21 points committed to those 2 figures, and you're hoping for this wombo combo where you get Palpatine to order Vader to attack. But that's actually not easy to pull off against a good opponent. So yeah, Ryan's going to probably try to take Palpatine out sooner than later. Ryan actually, I think his positioning is a little poor just because at the end of the round, Tuka can put 2 crates right here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, this little smuggler is going to do a lot. I think Vader will probably move back and force choke Han. I'm not sure what's happening right now. I guess the Rangers get the last activation. So they're probably going to finish off this jet here. So again, this is Ryan's best map with this list. But Vader Palp can do some tricky things with just force choking and tempting from across the map. But jets really are not long range figures. Tuka is like, he hasn't pushed anybody up, so it's going to take him a long time to get into position. That's a lot of range, but only 1 damage going through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's got the range. He actually has 10 range, but that's only 1 damage from the auto pierce. And Zillow is still up. Not that he should tap Zillow. We'll see if Ryan adds any mods. And he's not going to. He could have done better if he got that blue side with the 2 damage again, if he rerolled the 5. But then again, he could have just missed. So he's just going to opt for the 1 damage going through. Tuka's going to use Zillow now. I'm not sure why. Because the jet wasn't going to die. He should have probably saved it in case one of the Rangers rolled 2 surges. So Ryan, it looks like he's actually blocking Han off, so Han's not going to get an end of round attack. So that does have enough range, so that's a good roll. And he's going to have to convert to block the surge, so it's going to be 2 damage. I don't think... Well, he can't save him because Zillow's down. Even tossing a card wouldn't save him. I don't know why he's adding a surge with Hera. There's he doesn't need it. If Tuca converts, it's still 2 damage. And if he tosses a card with Zillow, that gets pierced. If he doesn't convert and he just adds another block, then it's 4 pierced. 4 pierce 1 for 3 damage. So there's really no reason for Ryan to add a surge there. And his last attack should go against Palpatine. He could just go 1, 2, 3 and attack Palpatine. And then 4 to wherever. I mean, his Rangers are not in danger. Said he's going to go for a long range shot against Vader, so I guess he decided to use the surge just because Hera's not getting another opportunity to use it. But if he would have attacked Palp, he could have used Hera's surge there instead. So I think that would be the much better play, but this is okay as well. Really good attack there. Good defensive roll also, though. 3, 4, and then 8 range, 9 range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Got the range. So this one is piercing too, so he should have saved Zillow, and then he would have prevented 2 damage going through on Vader. Instead, he uses Zillow when it honestly didn't matter because that jet died in 2 attacks anyway, so that tapping Zillow really was a bad play. I mean, hindsight's 20/20, but he shouldn't have tapped Zillow when he did. Six pierce 2 is going to be 3 damage. So, one thing I noticed at the regional yesterday that maybe was a little bit interesting, let's say, is usually when you're playing against Vader, you just want to ignore him, especially if he's like not in position to do anything, because there's usually more important targets. But sometimes like if you're taking Rangers and your whole purpose of your list is to deal with Vader, sometimes it's good to save up those huge attacks and take them out in like 3 hits if you can. So that was my whole purpose in this regional. I did notice my opponents were not tossing cards with Zillow every time Vader got attacked, and I think that's a mistake because once the Rangers expend their focus and their hunter cards, they become a lot weaker. They're really all about that big alpha strike. So if you toss a couple cards with Vader with Zillow, and all of a sudden he's alive with like 5 health left in round 2, and he's like right next to the Rangers, they're actually going to have a really hard time dealing with him. I know he's pretty card dependent, but you know, if he's going to die anyway, you might as well toss his cards that he needs to give him those extra blocks. Every time he gets attacked, I think you should be trying to toss a card if you can. That's kind of why Rule by Fear is so good, because you get an extra block. A lot of people are running Unshakable to get an extra attack out of him too. I think both of those options are good, but he needs, well, I don't think many people were expecting to see the Rangers maybe, but he really does need those extra blocks. So if you're running Vader, you got to do everything you can to keep him alive. That means running Brace for Impact, and you know, even Stealth Tactics is good with him. Like defensive cards is what he needs, because once he's there, he can get a lot done even if he doesn't have his other support cards. I mean, Dark Energy is amazing, of course, and so is Face to Face and Looking for a Fight, but he really needs to survive more than anything. And that's only true against hunters, really. Because against other lists, he's just going to get ignored. And if people are attacking him, then they're wasting their time. So Ryan chooses to put the crates next to Vader, which is a good idea because Vader's not going to be picking up crates probably. He doesn't want to get into a sniper match. Like Vader Palp is, it's not really a good sniper matchup to get into against Rangers. He's not moving Vader up, which is really curious to me. Because if he wanted to get Vader into the fray, he would just move him up 2 to here. There's not really any reason for him not to do that. Or even here if he wanted to pick up some crates. I don't see any reason for him to keep Vader back here. Even if he wanted to move him to support these guys, it'd probably be better to move him up here. Or if he's afraid of taking fire, back to here. But like this spot is not, like, well, why waste your free movement? Call the Vanguard comes out for Ryan, who is probably going to take another shot at Vader with his hidden Ranger, maybe? I don't know. He's not really in good position to do Call the Vanguard right now. Maybe he'll pick up a crate in the meantime with this. Like, he could just go 1-2, pick up a crate, and shoot at an officer or something. Honestly, I think you ignore Vader right now if you're Ryan, but he's going to go for him. Like his Rangers are not all charged up. He does have a bunch of cards though, so he might have like heightened reflexes or assassinate or tools for the job, element of surprise, that kind of thing. None of those cards are coming out right now though. Oh, primary target comes out, so this is going to be +1 and focused. So focused hidden +1. This is going to be a huge attack. Green, blue, blue, +1. Man, if he had tools for the job, he could do massive damage. Oh, big roll. One of his surges is wasted. Actually, it's not because Vader rolled a surge block. So Vader's gonna re-roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pierce 2. So all that, and it's only 5 damage. 5, 6, 7. Pierce 2. And Zillow's up, so he could tap Zillow, so it would make it 3 damage. So that's a big... Man, that's a big attack that's turned not so big because of Zillow. 3 damage, wow. So this is what I'm saying, like, sometimes going for Vader's not the best choice. Now this Ranger is no longer focused. If Ryan definitely wants to activate this smuggler first, so Vader is going to have a chance to come down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If he has any movement cards like Force Rush, Urgency, not looking for a fight, face to face. If he has any of those, he can go kill this Ranger right now. Take initiative gets dropped. This would be a huge play. I think actually you don't activate Vader first. I think you got to pick up these crates if he does take initiative. Probably gonna exhaust Officer 2. Ryan does not have negation. Ryan might have Call the Vanguard himself, although I'm not sure if I would waste it on a smuggler, especially because if he dodges, he can pick up a crate. So he does have Call the Vanguard, but honestly, like, I guess he could go 1, 2, pick up this crate, and shoot this guy. Like, you can pick up crates with Call the Vanguard. But, looks like he's not going to do that. He could do 1, 2, pick up the crate, shoot the guy. With his flyby movement, he could pick up another crate. So, yeah, I don't know. That would have been much better because even with the dodge then, the smuggler would not have been able to pick up a crate. So the smuggler dies. And then he can pick up a crate with flyby. So Tuca is winning the objective game. Ryan doesn't have any safe objectives to take. especially with his smugglers dead. Smugglers are actually really the only objective runners he has on this map. He can take this crate with the Ranger, but I mean, Tuca, I don't know what Tuca's trying to do. His Vader's pretty healthy. He's survived some pretty big cards like primary target. Heightened reflexes and assassinate are still out there, but I think Vader's pretty safe for now. So, who's he going to go with first? That's the question. If he had, like, some kind of movement card, definitely Vader coming in would be the play. Again, if Vader had moved up to, with his end of round movement, he would just, well, I'm sure Ryan wouldn't have put his Ranger in this spot if that had happened, but in some instances, it's better to just not play Call the Vanguard. I mean, take initiative, just because if you don't have anything to do and they don't have anything to do, so honestly I don't know what he's going to do with his Vader. Vader and Palp need to be closer together. Let's see, Vader could move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, I mean, even with 8 movement, he can't get next to Han, which is really, I think that's what he would really like to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, if Vader got to here, then Palpatine could order an attack. Plus, these two Rangers would not be able to get range 5 shots, so they wouldn't get rerolls. So, that would be the optimal spot for Vader. Or, you know, if he does have any kind of movement cards, then just getting to here would be great. He is going to go with Vader first. Let's see if he does have any kind of movement. Otherwise, you know, he could put Vader like here, but then the Rangers are just going to move away, so that would be just a wasted Vader Palp. These jets are not in position to support an attack. Honestly, I think Tuca's best play would be to slow play and take objectives, but you know, when you use take initiative, that kind of makes it so you have to be aggressive, because you're probably not getting initiative again for the next 2 rounds, because by then Ryan Jamal should have his take initiative, and unless you have negation, you can forget about it. Some very odd movement coming out here from Tuca. What is he doing? Guess he's gonna go force choke R2. So he is gonna choke a Ranger. 2 Palp attempts, so we'll finish that Ranger off. Oh, on the lamb. Oh, that is a big strain. So that's got to make Tuca a little bit more comfortable moving his Vader in to engage Han. But, man, he's so out of position now. He's literally in a sniping match against Rangers with Vader Palp. It's not an optimal matchup, especially on Reigning Freight. Like, this is terrible. Ryan's going to go ahead and focus up a Ranger probably. At this point, I think you probably push Vader into a safer spot with an officer and retreat. You can make it so Ryan does not have good line of sight right now, since all his guys are so pushed to the left. You could push Vader back. Again, that's like putting him really out of position though. But I mean, if you're committed to the sniping match, then like that's what you do, I think. So push Vader back too. He'll get an end of round force choke on R2 or something. And push Vader and retreat with your officer, and then Ryan has nothing to shoot at. And that is what Tuca's going to do. So he's fully committed to this sniping matchup. And Ryan is getting 3 cards a turn, so this is not exactly a optimal strategy, I would say, for Tuca. R2's just going to scomp away, so Ryan really is getting 4 cards a turn. He's going to be out of cards by the next round. Especially because he's probably playing planning. Maybe planning is unnecessary in this list. I mean, you want to dig down to your, on the lamb and assassinate, but maybe you don't need those mill cards. I'm surprised he's playing hit and run, to be honest. There's a lot of good 1-point cards. Like Tough Luck and Blitz, I think are pretty versatile cards for 1. Tough Luck gets a lot of love, but Blitz often does not. Yeah, Tuca really doesn't have any good plays right now. He might as well just sit back and pass. I think Ryan might want to push his Rangers up the left side here. And then attack this way. That way he can secure these crates at the top. The score is 8 points for Tuca, 4 for Ryan, so kind of a slow matchup so far. Ryan has fully committed to the left side, so Tuca is doing okay over here, avoiding the Rangers. And if he gets back here, he's going to have... Well, he's going to force Ryan to double move to reposition his whole force, I think. Ryan is getting initiative for sure next round. So he can be pretty aggressive at the end of the round. He might want to move his... Well, where he puts his Hera is going to give us insight into where he's going to put the rest of his guys. So if he leaves Hera like here, she'll be pretty safe. And that means if he swings his Rangers around to take shots from down here, Hera can get those bonus call the shots. So like right here I think is best. If nothing else, to give Han a call the shots at the end of the round. She's actually moving up. That's I don't like that actually, because now Palpatine can go Force Lightning her. That's plus yeah, no, that's really bad because now Tuca can double move his jets to get to here and Force Lightning and order the jets to attack. I really don't like that at all. Yeah, I don't like that at all. So this jet can just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to here. Palpatine can go 1, 2, 3. Order the jet to attack. I mean, he's going to take a damage from the Force Lightning, but like that's a fine trade. Getting a whole attack off with flyby and like killing Hera probably. I don't know. That would leave his Palpatine pretty exposed, I guess. But even if he doesn't go Force Lightning her, he could still go 1, 2, get the Emperor attack, and then move back 1. He does not need line of sight to use Emperor. He does need line of sight for Force Lightning. So, yeah. If there is a jet here, he just needs to move 1 space to get Emperor off. Meanwhile, Tuca's just going to take some objectives. I feel like now that regional season is over, I am so ready for new content to get out. Like, the meta is great as it is, but man, it's been so long since we've gotten any news, and it just feels like it's been time forever. Just a new map would be great. I mean, this Worlds season, we're gonna have one of the same maps that we had last year at Worlds. Jabba's Realm was one of the Worlds maps last year. Now, I don't think any of the maps that are in the last 2 waves are great for skirmish. I really think they're actually pretty bad. But I don't know. I think if they swapped out Nal Hutta for something, that would be okay. I think swapping out Jabba's Palace for one of the new maps would be not great, but if they gave us a new content pack that had a good skirmish map in it, that would be awesome, but I just can't see that happening before Worlds. So it looks like we're stuck right now before Worlds with this meta, which is okay, but still, it's like... I think the meta still is a little up in the air. I think there's counters to Vader, there's counters to Rangers and Han, and there's counters to mercenaries. So, like, all three factions are viable, but they're also all counterable, so nothing's unbeatable. And the other thing is, like, certain factions have advantages on different maps, so it's not like there's one faction that's like the best to take. I'm really curious what that Hera movement was about. I guess he's gonna put Han up here. 1, 2, 3. I mean, Han doesn't have line of sight to anything from there, so I don't get it. Maybe he'll double move Han and then activate Han first round 3. I don't know. I'm really not sure. I would put all the Rangers over here, though. Maybe he'll push Han up with Gideon. Did Gideon go yet? Yeah, he did. What did Gideon do? Who's focused? I'm confused. So he's gonna gain movement with advanced warning. He's activating Han right now. So it looks like he's probably gonna put Han over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So with advanced movement, he gets that. But I mean, if he attacks from here, it's like so far. He does get Hera though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 range. 10 range is hittable for an unfocused Han, but it's not like a guarantee or anything. Even with Hera, he could miss this shot. He has to surge for accuracy. That's actually really good range. So that would be 5 right now. The reroll doesn't help, so he's going to surge for +2 accuracy. And if this got tough lucked, that would be okay. Because that would force Hera to use her call the shots for accuracy. As it sits, it's going to be 3 damage going through. So with an extra surge from Hera, that would make it 5 damage going through. That's pretty good. But that does make it so Han might miss his shot at the end of the round. So it's okay. Ryan has 3PO and the Rangers left. Looks like 3PO is going to pick up a crate himself. Jets and Palpatine left for Tuca. Jets and Palpatine are probably going to go work on Hera, I would think. Palpatine could just go 1, 2, 3 and be very safe. Meanwhile, the jets, at least one of them should be here, I think. The other one may be like here or something, somewhere where he can actually get into position. 1, 2, 3, 4. He could go, if he was here, he'd be safe, and then he could go tack on. So, I don't know. One here and one here, I think that would be great. Did you guys see those mouse movements? Here and here, I think, are where he wants them. Again, no cards tossed defensively for Tuca. He is not utilizing Zillow at all. He needs to keep Palp and Vader alive. Palp is very vulnerable to the Rangers right now. Come on, let's get these jets in place. If you wanted to be really aggressive, say 1, 2, 6. Man, if he had any movement cards, he could make so much work. He's playing a little slow. I'm not sure. I honestly think he has an easy decision here. But maybe he's got some tricks up his sleeve or something. He needs to get his jets in position in case he's holding on to like Grenadier or something. I mean, his jets are useless back here. Here, for sure. Here, maybe. This spot, no. That's why there. Why there? He's trying a shot at R2. Oh, he's fully committed to the sniping match. He's fully committed. He does not want to commit to getting in the face of Ryan. And Ryan has 3 Rangers still alive, so I don't know. At this point, I'm thinking Tuca's probably going to swing his Palpatine over to here to order another attack against R2 or something. That sounds so awful to me. No, he's moving both of his jets this way. He's definitely going to get a Palpatine order against R2 now. R2's useless now. There's only 5 cards left in Ryan's deck. Why are you committing to R2? Kill Hera. Oh, this is so bad. And now Han has a nice, easy shot against this jet here. That's going to be 2 damage, but why? It doesn't matter. R2 should be like the lowest priority target at this point. Man, this spot right here is so safe, too. Wouldn't you rather take a flyby shot at Hera than just a sniped shot against R2? Like, holy cow. And now he's going to move Palp over to do another attack against R2.
Ryan's gotta take initiative, and he probably is gonna have assassinate, heightened reflexes, tough luck, negation. What else? Planning maybe? Urgency maybe? What is happening? That was terrible. That was really bad. Oh man. So this strategy is not working out for Tuca, I think. I mean, he is ahead on points right now, but it's like he's gonna send his 3PO up here just to pick up crates, I think. Let's see what Ryan does with these Rangers. I mean, Palpatine has to move away at this point because he can't move up to attack Hera or he's gonna get lit up. One, two, three, four, five, six. He's gonna move over to here and order an attack with this dude. But it's like even then, it's not gonna kill R2. So Ryan's gonna have 3 cards at the end of this round. He's gonna get a shot against this jet, and it's I just can't. These Rangers, I think, need to come down here and just shoot up this way. I mean, he can swing his Rangers up this way, but at this point, I think that they would be out of position after Palpatine retreats. But so I think this way is the way to go. 3PO might be a little out of position, but that's fine. In fact, he can get line of sight with his Rangers against this jet too. 1, 2, 3, 4. He can easily see this jet. Palpatine is tempting 3PO for some reason. He could have just tempted this guy to death. A card is coming out. Is it Force Rush? Man, Tuca is really... He's really trying to give us some suspense here with this tempo. All right, come on. Come on, Tuca. Pace of play, bro. Maybe I'm just impatient. This has been kind of a slow game. They're still in the second round. It's been what time did we start? Like an hour ago? If this was a tournament game, I would have called the judge over, I think. Vassal is a little slower than tournament games, but still, it's like keep the pace of play up, please. So all that teasing with the card, and he's just gonna move Palp away, which is like there's no other choice. You have to move Palp away. Here comes the Palpatine order attack with the jet. I mean, there's no other options here, so. No range. 1, 2, 3, 4. He misses. So again, attacking R2 is not the best option anyway, but yeah, I mean, R2 is kind of useless at this point because Ryan's going to have his whole deck very soon. If he has planning, which he probably does, he's just going to have his whole deck this round regardless of R2. Okay, so these Rangers are going to go. They do have shots against the Jet. Vader's not going to be able to choke anyone important. So 2 blues for range 8. Man, he has been nailing the range on his attacks. Like, he's needed no rerolls to get these 8 or 9 or 10 range shots. It's only 2 damage, but like, man, these long range shots, that's got to be frustrating for Tuca. Just Ryan's rolls have been on point. Like, you don't expect to hit that range usually without focus and against a Jet who can agile. Like, you usually are not going to hit that shot, but Ryan has not even needed a reroll to do it. This Jet's in trouble because Han's going to do like 4 damage to it probably. And this other Ranger is probably going to weaken it a bit too, so. 5, Pierce 2, 6, 7, 8 range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he's got plenty of range. So he does reroll, which makes it a little worse actually, because now with Agile, it'll be 4 damage. I mean, that's plenty because Han's going to be the one to finish this guy off. I guess that's not any worse. I think it would have been 4 anyway. Or maybe it would have been 5 before because 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it would have been 5 Pierce 1. He's gonna play positioning advantage. Honestly, he should probably just let the jet die because Han would finish it off anyway. There's not really any reason to keep this guy alive. So this is going to be 5 Pierce 1. And he's just going to die. Maybe Tuca doesn't know that you can discard cards with Zillow, because he hasn't done it yet. And he's going to toss Recovery. I think that's probably a good choice. That actually might have been okay to use on Vader. If he like recovered and force choked some more. I mean, he's committed to this sniper match, so. I mean, this jet's gonna die anyway, so. Not sure if discarding was the right play. Ryan still has one Ranger remaining, who should probably get in a position to go attack another jet at the beginning of the next round. I think Tuca's list is going to start falling apart in a second. This has been a very, very passive passive game. He's actually just going to go pick up those crates. I think that's fine because he actually can get a shot at Palpatine up there. So actually Vader can come force choke this Ranger. 1, 2, 3. Man, I don't know about that because, well, he's definitely going to activate his Rangers first. But Vader can get in a spot where he can get an attack off on either the Ranger or Hera. So, like, if he moves Vader to here, force chokes this Ranger, the Rangers activate first, he can go to here and kill Hera easily. So, that's the play, I think. So that take initiative really doesn't pay off. And now Tuca's looking at probably 2 rounds of not having initiative because Ryan Jamal, I sure has, or sorry, Ryan Janwipe, I'm sure he has taken initiative. He also has negation that he didn't use for take initiative, so he can negate something else. I got my little fuzzy friend here. He's going to put the crates next to R2. I guess that's okay. I mean, R2 might as well not even scomp. He might as well just pick up those crates, I think. I think if Tuca goes for R2 again, that's just the game. That's just game over. There's really no point to killing R2. Vader needs, yes. Yes, he needs to go there. He better not choke R2. I'll be upset. Okay, he is going to choke the Ranger 3, which is the right choice. Palpatine should have tempted Ranger 1, because then Palpatine could easily kill Ranger 1 this turn. But instead he chose to tempt 3PO. Man, I don't think that was the right choice at all. Han's going to finish off the jet. Pretty easy shot here for Han. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 range. All he needs to do 1 damage. Got the range. Yep, that's a guaranteed kill. Even against that. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 damage. No way he can live. So really bad misplay putting that jet there. Really bad, especially because he could have been next to Hera, and Palpatine could have used Emperor, and Palpatine could have been tucked safely right here. So I think that was pretty poor play. And now those crates that Dooku put down next to R2 seem so far away. R2's pretty much guaranteed to just pick them up. He doesn't even need a scomp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He might as well just double move and pick up 2 crates. Yeah, I think this game's pretty over. I mean, I think Ryan Jamal can do a lot of work on Vader right now. I'm sure that's what he's going to try to do, is kill Vader. He has to activate his Rangers. And remember, he's probably holding negation, so even if Tuca has some kind of movement card, it's probably going to get negated. Man, alright, so the troopers are all going to get damage tokens. Can they do 10 damage to Vader right now? Only one of them is focused. They have Assassinate. They probably have heightened reflexes. They maybe have Element of Surprise is still out there. I think they can do 10 to Vader. This focused one is going to be the big one. If he can put up like 5 damage, I think Vader's probably toast. Not a good start. 6. 6 against 3 would just be 3. Tuca needs to toss cards with Zillow here. He absolutely needs to. Oh, that's really good. I'm giving him a big hint here because most Vader players would know to do that. So this is just this is like common advice. This isn't like giving him away trade secrets or anything. He might have Blitz. It's going to heighten reflexes to remove the evade. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pierce 1 would be 5 damage. So with Assassinate, that's 8 damage. So can he survive 2 regular attacks? I know he's holding Assassinate. He just has to be. Tuca needs to toss a card here. He needs to toss a card. I don't see why he wouldn't toss. Might be playing brace for impact or something. He's not going to toss with Zillow. He needs to be careful because Vader looks like he has, after this attack, it looks like he has 5 health left, but he really only has 2 health left because Ryan's holding Assassinate. Plus Hera is ready to add modifiers also, so it's going to be really hard for him to survive at all. Ryan might also have tough luck, so even rerolling is dangerous. So if he has brace for impact or stealth tactics, this would be the time to use it. If Vader dies here, we're going to stop watching this game. +1 damage from the power token, 8 range. Let's see what happens. Tuga does not play brace for impact, so, man. 5, he's going to have to surge for accuracy or reroll. 6, 7, so he's still going to have to surge for accuracy. Tuka's going to reroll. Oh, that's terrible. 3, 4, that's going to be 3 damage. With Assassinate, that's going to be enough for the kill. 3, 6. So if he taps Zillow and tosses, then he'll still be alive with 1 health even after Assassinate. Ryan forgot to move his Ranger 3. He should have at least picked up the crate. He did not spend any movement points with him. I'm sure he wanted to move him back too, just to get into a hiding spot and have 3PO in position to focus him back up, but instead, he doesn't. Fuel upgrade gets tossed at a block. Maybe Ryan doesn't have Assassinate. There's a 2 in 15 chance that he doesn't. And he hasn't played tools for the job yet either, so I guess there's a very slim chance that tools and Assassinate are the 2 cards at the bottom of his deck. He might as well just move into Hera's range now to get this last shot. Maybe he doesn't want to waste Assassinate because he feels like he doesn't need to. Man, if I was him, I would use tools here if he had it. I don't know, with Hera and a power token, that's probably enough to kill him. Oh, and he has Element of Surprise. This is probably the death of Vader. I mean, Ryan just has so many cards. So what's left? He still has yet to play Negation, Tough Luck, Take Initiative, Tools for the Job, Assassinate. Uh, yeah, that'll do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pierce 1 is 5. Yeah, there's nothing he can do. Hera doesn't even need to add anything, and Assassinate didn't have to get used, so that was the right call there by Ryan not tossing Assassinate earlier. I guess I was just thinking that he might as well have, but he didn't need to, so now Assassinate's still in the deck, ready to get used on Palpatine or a Jet. I'm going to say that this is going to be the end of the game. There's really nothing that Zuka can do to pull himself back in. There's still a fully healthy Han. Palpatine's got 5 damage on him, and the Jets aren't even in the same group. That actually really hurts. So, all right, we're gonna call it there because this has been kind of slow, and I don't want to see a real dragged out game for another hour. So, thanks for watching, guys. Let's see what's going on over here real quick. Oh, we got a ATDP versus Rebel Spies. That sounds kind of interesting, but I need a break after that last one. So, thanks for watching. I'll be back on later probably. So, you guys all take care. Thanks.